Two of us. Recording in progress.
What's up,
Oh my God.
everybody?
What's up, y'all?
And then there were two. Quit playing. Now, I know DMM hit me up saying that they were at graduation, so they were not able to hop on. Mikael, if you're catching a recording, I don't know where you at, bro. Call me. Anyways, it's good to see you, Imani. I'm glad your drive is going smooth. I am grateful to be wrapping up this book, something serious. Start with Why by Mr. Simon Sinek. And the last two chapters being, oh, let me wow, 13, The Origins of a Why, as well as 14, which is the new competition. And the new competition is super short. So if you haven't read it, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna read it to you. It's literally one, two, three, 4 pages. Is that okay?
Yeah, I bet.
Okay,
Let's
bet.
go.
So I'm gonna read this to you, and then I'll give you my biggest takeaways. I would love to hear yours too. But it says, if you follow your why, then others will follow you. Bang! The gun fires and the race is on. The runners take off across the field. It rained the day before, and the ground is still damp. The temperature is cool. It is a perfect day for running. The line of runners quickly forms a pack like a school of fish. They come together as one. They move as one. The pack sets a pace to maximize their energy for the whole race. As with any race, in a short period of time, the stronger ones will start to pull ahead, and the weaker ones will start to fall behind. But not Ben Common. Ben Common was left behind as soon as the starter gun sounded. Ben's not the fastest runner on the team. In fact, he's the slowest. He was never won a single race the entire time he's been on the Hannah High School cross country track team. Ben, you see, has cerebral palsy. Cerebral palsy is a condition often caused by complications at birth, affects someone's movement and balance. The physical, oh, sorry, I lost my place. The physical problems endure for a lifetime. Misshapen spines create a twisted problem, or hold on, twisted posture. Muscles are often withered and motor reflex is slow. Tightness in the muscles and joints also affect balance. Those with cerebral palsy often have an unsteady gait. Their knees knock and their feet drag. To an outsider, they may seem clumsy or even broken. The pack pulls further and further ahead while Ben falls further and further behind. He slips on the wet grass and falls forward into the soft earth. He slowly picks himself up and keeps going. Down he goes again. This time it hurts. He gets back up and keeps running. He won't quit. The pack is now out of sight and Ben is running alone. It is quiet. He can hear his own labored breathing. He feels lonely. He trips over his own feet again and down he goes yet another time. No matter his mental strength, there is no hiding the pain and frustration on his face. He grimaces as he uses all his energy to pull himself back to his feet to continue running. For Ben, this is a part of the routine. Everyone else finishes the race in about 25 minutes. He usually takes more than 45. When Ben eventually crosses the finish line, he is in pain and he is exhausted. It took every ounce of strength he had to make it. His body is bruised and bloodied. He is covered in mud. Ben in Ben inspires us indeed, but this is not a story of when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. This is not a story of when you fall down, pick yourself up. Those are great lessons to learn, but those are great lessons to learn without a doubt. But we don't need Ben Common to teach us those lessons. There are dozens of others we can look to for that, like an Olympic athlete, for example, who suffered an injury just months before the games, only to come back to win a medal. Ben's lesson is deeper. Something amazing happens after about 25 minutes. When everyone else is done with the race, everyone comes back to run with Ben. Ben is the only runner who, when he falls, someone else will help pick him up. Ben is the only runner who, when he finishes, has 100 people running behind them. What Ben teaches us is special. When you compete against everyone else, no one wants to help you. But when you compete against yourself, everyone wants to help you. Olympic athletes don't help each other. They're competitors. Ben starts every race with a very clear sense of why he's running. He's not there to beat anyone but himself. Ben never loses sight of that. His sense of why he's running gives him the strength to keep going, to keep pushing, to keep getting up, to keep going. and to do it again and again and again. And every day he runs, the only time Ben sets out to be is his own. Now think about how we do business. We're always competing against someone else. We're always trying to be better than someone else. Better quality, more features, better service. We're always comparing ourselves to others, but no one wants to help us. What if we showed up to work every day simply to be better than ourselves? What if the goal was to do better work this week than we did last week? To make this month better than last month? For no other reason than because we want to leave the organization in a better state than we found it in. All organizations start with why, but only the great ones keep their why clear year after year. Those who forget their why they found it up, show up to the race every day to outdo someone else instead of to outdo themselves. The pursuit for those who lose sight of why they are running the race is the medal or to beat someone else. What if the next time when someone asks, who's your competition? We replied, no idea. What if the next time someone pushes, well, what makes you better than your competition? We replied, we're not better than them in any case. And what if the next time someone asks, well, why should I do business with you then? We answer with confidence because the work we're doing now is better than the work we're doing 6 months ago. Boy, that's crazy. And the work we'll be doing 6 months from now will be better than the work we're doing today because we wake up every day with a sense of why we came to work. We come to work to inspire people to do things that inspire them. Are we better than any other competition? If you believe that if you believe what we believe and you believe that the things we do can help you, then we're better. If you don't believe what we believe and you don't believe the things we can do will help you, then we're not better. Our goal is to find customers who believe what we believe and work together so that we can succeed. We're looking for people to stand shoulder to shoulder with us in pursuit of the same goal. We're not interested in sitting across the table from each other in pursuit of a sweeter deal. And here are the things we're doing in advance or a cause. And then the details of how and what you do follow. But this time it has started with why. Imagine if every organization started with why. Decisions would be simpler, loyalties would be greater, trust would be common currency. If our leaders were diligent about starting with why, optimism would reign and innovation would thrive. As this book illustrates, there is a precedence for this standard. No matter the size of the organization, no matter the industry, no matter the product, the service, if we all take some responsibility to start with why and inspire others to do the same, then together we can change the world. And that's pretty inspiring. If this book inspired you, please pass it on to someone you want to inspire. Bro, so I high key wanted to read that with you because one of the biggest things I've learned in direct sales within network marketing has been this common notion of like, bro, I'm not looking for everybody. In fact, I don't want everybody because most people are not going to do the inner work. Most people are not going to be willing to sacrifice the things that are going to be needed to be sacrificed over a long period of time. They might start like at the beginning of the race. And like he said at the very beginning of the last chapter, he talked about, as with any race in a short period of time, the stronger ones will start to pull ahead and the weaker ones will start to fall behind. I didn't take it as like people are weaker than others. I took it as people are more willing than others to do what is required. And like over a period of time, people sort themselves out. Whether they get extremely overwhelmed and unwilling to seek the help, God bless you, or whether they get super confused and worried about what comes next rather than just doing the things over and over and over and over again, showing up, waking up early, going to bed a little later, showing up and putting people before themselves. The entire process literally requires you to sacrifice, and most people just aren't willing to. But the thing that helped me honestly like progress and find people who are willing to build the vision is first and foremost just getting really clear on the why, and then secondly, with intention, letting everybody know that I came in contact with that, hey, I have no other desire than to find people that are looking for me, that are on the same type of page and that want to get better than they were yesterday, 6 months ago, moving forward. So with that being said, if you're catching the recording and you are going through this process. The chapter 13 was about the origins of why, and it was very impactful as why. The why comes for looking back, meaning if you understand exactly where you're at and why you got started, when you inspire people to do things that inspire them, people get obsessed with this concept of, okay, well, I'm not doing things to just do things. I'm doing things because I know why I'm doing it and who I'm doing it for. The why inspires not only yourself but others, and because the why inspires and it helps you. My mentor Alex Morton, he taught me this concept, and it was essentially this: um, the why is an acronym that stands for will help you. Your why will help you. So you just have to get clear on it. And when you're clear on it, you will show up and literally overcome the man in the mirror, the woman in the mirror that is keeping you from living the life that you truly want. And I think that was the biggest thing that I got from the entirety of the book, is that most people are caught up in the how or the what. And like for a long time, I was too, about 5 years of my career. And I was trying to figure out how to do things more efficiently, what it is I needed to change within my systems and my processes to help people actually get results, to get people to actually want to develop and become the person that they've always wanted to be, to go and actually set out and accomplish the things that we agreed to go and accomplish together. And I always came to a fork in the road, or this obstacle and wall where like I just couldn't help people pass through that barrier and that wall. And even though that like I was continuously focused on doing it myself, I was not showing it, I was telling it. So I got clear on my why, and then with that, I allowed the how and the what to fall in alignment with that. And then I reminded myself of the why on a continual basis, like we talked about, like either putting on a note card, putting it on a paper, putting it in your car, putting it on your phone, putting it on your computer screen, whatever's going to keep you in motion on purpose will allow you to actually get to where you're going. And it's just a willingness to understand and be repetitive of the clear picture of, hey, this is why I'm doing it. What I've understood that is like everybody I've talked to, despite network marketing or direct sales having a negative connotation, when I led with the clarity of my why I'm doing this and why I'm talking to you specifically, not you and money, but I'm talking about whoever I was talking to, all walls went down and people were able to actually have an open, honest conversation with me. And we were able to find common ground, connect, and then share a common vision. And that's what we were able to actually build TGF to where it is today, where now I'm not in competition with absolutely anybody. And we're strategically and solidifying global partnerships, the global family. It's international things, you know what I'm saying? And I'm actually extremely grateful because it started with me just getting clear on why I was doing what I was doing, what it is I truly wanted in my life. And I feel like this book was just a reminder to always and repeatedly let it be known, even to those who have agreed to walk upon this journey with you, because most people along this journey will lose sight of why they got involved. And because we know as leaders, then we have an obligation to help them understand by being the example, letting them know over and over and over again why we got started, but also why the organization exists, the purpose behind the activity, so that even if they might forget and they get caught up in the how and the what, they have somebody continuously talking to their mindset about, hey, this is why we're moving in this specific way, and this is why we're going to win. Are you ready? Literally, that's it. It's always just closing people on what it is that they said that they truly want. And what I've understood is we are well on our way, and I'm just grateful. I'm grateful. I appreciate you, girl, for being on this call and being in tune. High key, if it was just me, I was gonna just give a recording and be like, "What's up, y'all? Here's my biggest takeaways. We'll give some value." But I really do like it's kind of crazy, girl. If I was never intentional about my why, Amber and I would have never reconnected. I would have never been able to help her along her process, and I definitely would have never met you. But I understand that the only reason why I'm on the path that I'm on currently, and I'm doing the things that I'm doing with the people that I'm doing them with, is because I got clear on my why, and then I held that in the forefront of my mind. And there was a period of time within TGF where the pressure, along with the things that need to be done, got um got very, very heavy, and I had to do a lot. And because I had to do a lot, I almost got caught up in the what and the how. And I'm grateful for my reminders everywhere, because it allowed me to stay in tune and intentional, that if I really understand why I'm doing it and understand who I need to become, everything else will work out in its place because God got it and I'm smooth and taken care of. So I'm just grateful and I'm blessed and I'm excited because people are sleeping on what it is that you can accomplish when you have people that rally behind not just the vision, but why the vision was created and the meaning behind it. And girl, I'm super excited for the alignment that we have. And I know that you were like, you personally are within like your first couple years of personal development. And I'm just so grateful that you are exposed to it, because once your mindset is expanded, it can never go backwards at all. Once you know, you know, unless you don't. And then you just got to find out. But once you find out, girl, there's no going back. And that's what I love about our mind. That's what I love about God, is that he makes you aware to people and information at the right time when you're ready for the next season of your life. And then he allows you to decide to make those next steps. And girl, you've been deciding every day, and I'm super proud of you hopping on a call, you know what I'm saying, driving, period. But with that being said, those are my takeaways from the entirety of the book. And I'm just grateful that that the why that I got started with has led me to the position that I'm in. And I cannot wait, because the next 90 days are going to be something serious. I'm going to be able to help my family, as well as literally set people free of these bondages in a something serious type of way, on an international and global scale. And I'm just grateful that God's allowed me to hear the calling and just answer it and to continue moving forward. So with that being said, girl, I'm gonna let you share whatever insights you've had on the entirety of the book that you've read. I know you missed the last two chapters, but chapter 13 is not that long. Chapter 14 I read with you. So you basically read the book. Go ahead.
Hello, everybody, and everybody on the recording. You know, it's just me and Marcus today. We popping though. It don't matter. It's Saturday. I'm in the middle of nowhere. I just want to show them what I'm dealing with, because I don't be playing about my self-development now, okay?
You know.
So yes, I'm gonna be as safe as I can on this drive while I'm talking. But yeah, this book is definitely one of the personal development books that can't be slept on, cannot be slept on. It's like so important to know your why. And my biggest takeaway from this book is like connecting with my why and what the reasons that I'm doing the things that I'm doing. And, you know, right now I'm on this whole road trip, whole journey. Ever since I moved to Austin, it has been a huge journey for me to be able to, you know, in and if it wasn't for Amber, if it wasn't for, you know, how me and Amber met, like all things are happening for this specific reason. So I love to hear it when you say like, you know, your why, and in dark times when things are just overwhelmed and you got a whole bunch of things going on, you can revert back to that why, and it fuels you. So I definitely have gotten clear on my why since I have started this book. And I talk about it often, but I'm opening up a wellness resort in Montgomery, Texas, and I'm so excited because I'm actually gonna move out there next year, and just live on the land by myself. I don't care, okay? So I'm just excited because my wife, for me, it goes beyond like my family. I love my family, don't get me wrong. Like, it just goes beyond that. It goes into helping the collective, and really we're at a crossroads in our lives, where people are gonna have to decide, like, well, how do y'all want to live? How do y'all want to live for the rest of your lives? How do you want to see what happens with the politics and earth? There's so many things going on that could really like break that break us down on base. There's always something, and knowing your why and pushing through can help. I don't want to say motivate because that's not the word. Inspire. It can help inspire. So just for y'all to know, like, whenever y'all, whoever doesn't know me or whatever, my why is helping the collective and helping the environment. Like, I am such a nature girl, and I've been blessed to be able to spend 2 days in a remote campsite by myself and met other women who were doing the same thing, traveling alone. And for some people, that's scary. For me, I was scared. A lot of people put worries on me. Valid, they care about me, they love me, but being able to be out there and connect with nature and know that, our earth is sacred. Our every human life is sacred. For those who don't understand, it is really important for me to be able to, everything that I do has to go back to healing the earth, healing the environment, and healing us as people. You feel me? Like, once we get past that, once we get past like these, I don't know, like these constraints of society, and we can see past the layers and layers that have been put on top of us that don't necessarily, that's not for us, So connecting to that why, really getting deep with it. And so one thing I will say, shout out to powerful creator Amber. I'm in the VIP, so Amber and me will have our weekly business calls, and it has been so helpful. She's helped me uncover in layers why I'm really doing this. And I realize I've always been a nature girl. I've always been the girl who wants to save the world. You literally used to say that when I was a kid, and I lost that. And now I'm able to get back to it and understand why I want this so much for myself, why I want a wellness resort, why I want to create sustainable living for myself and future generations. Like, these are things that are super important and will keep me going through when things get hard, because they always do. Like, life is just a beautiful roller coaster. Sometimes, we get off and makes us sick. Sometimes, dang, Marcus, okay,
Hello, what?
you stepping out. Yeah, I say you out here stepping out. You finna step out?
Oh, I gotta go to work.
Okay, bet. But yeah,
I'm going to
so
work. So I'm tuned in, but now we both in the car.
all right, bet. But yeah, like, honestly, ever since I moved to Austin, like, things have been aligning so perfectly. So this book is, I'm excited for the next one. I'm excited for everything to come. And so everybody, like, for real, just remember your why. Marcus told me a couple weeks ago, post your why everywhere. Post it, so you can be reminded why you keep doing the things that you're doing. It's important. Our journeys are sacred. Our human lives are sacred. This earth is sacred. So it's really important to me to just keep being a part of this community. And that's real. Community transforms everything you ever thought. Like, if you're a part of a crappy community of people who just want to drink and smoke and do whatever the hell makes them happy, then you're going to live that life. But if you really want to be on some personal development, some growth, some spiritual growth, because this journey will take you through it. It will have you unraveling at the seams. And next thing you know,
You back.
yeah, like it'll have you unraveling at the seams. So, stay tuned into yourself, tuned into your community, and like vibe with the earth. It'll help you. And those are my takeaways. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. So I'm going to close it out for TGF. I'm just kidding. I'm going to pass it back to you.
Hey, I love the energy. Nah, girl, I appreciate you honestly just hopping on and sharing some vibes. And then on the next book that we are going to be covering is How to Win Friends and Influence People. I think you already got the book, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Amber with the Amber for the win.
Amber for the win. Let's go, Amber. But yeah, that book was something serious. Honestly, just a little insight on it, just because you're on the call and no one else is. And I don't know how many people actually listen to the recording, but it's all good. Check it. So I read this book a couple years ago. I had this book given to me as a recommendation back in college. And at the time in college, I had just started personal development, and like people from stage were always saying, read these books. I'm like, bro, I barely read a textbook. I ain't trying to read no book. So it took me literally like 3 years to read like half of Think and Grow Rich. And it's not the fact that it took me that very long to read. It's like I never made it a priority in my life, nor did I put the time in. So once I decided to really step up for myself and for my family and for my people and for the vision, and for why I got involved in direct sales back then, I started reading a book a month on my own. And the second book of 2021 that I read I lied. It was 2022. Crazy. No, it was 2021. It was 2021. No, it was 2022. I'm sorry, I'm a liar. 2022. So second book I read was How to Win Friends and Influence People. And it honestly changed everything for me. There was like so much insight and like psychological, along with like practical implications of communication, connecting, and honestly leading and influencing people in the right way. At the end of the day, like leadership is influence, and being a person of influence requires you to be a person of value. So how do you become a greater leader or a person of higher influence? You become more valuable with the skill sets that you have. So the skill set of being able to communicate, connect, and win people over with who you are, as well as leading them in the right direction, right? Some people will take advantage and manipulate others. Then you have intentional people who genuinely guide people along the right path that is best suited for the people that they're helping. There's a very fine line. So I've been very hesitant. I'm very hesitant to put this book into the Rotel, because another mentor of ours literally said that if you're not careful enough, like people will utilize that information and actually use it to manipulate others rather than help others. So I feel as though, especially because everybody who's been plugged in and tuned into the book club, like they have been working on themselves and being clear about things. Cut me off like that. That's crazy. Being clear about where it is that they're going and why it is that they're doing it. And I truly believe that we have the best group of individuals that are collectively working towards a progressive realization of a worthy ideal. Success, in other words. But yeah, this book is powerful, girl. By Dale Carnegie. And I should have the chapters updated by the end of this weekend. And I know that Amber keeps things up to date as well. Okay, up to date as well in her app. So just stay in tune with it, and I'm excited for you to get the gems for it. From
I am too.
After reading that book, my business completely took off. It was different. The way I listen to people, the way that I'm able to actually guide people more efficiently, effectively, and intentionally since reading that book has literally changed the whole game. And I just know that, like, it was like literally one of those, you hear it all the time. It's like the information you need to go and win are in books. You just won't open it up and read it. I never been slapped more in my face with that term and that phrase until after I read that book and started putting it into practice. So I can't wait. I really can't wait to see how it helps you out along your journey, and gives you the insight that
I am too.
it's going to take you to the next level. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, every business, every industry, doesn't matter what you're doing or how or what you're selling or what you offer, what service you provide. Like literally, all it is relationship and people building. So I'm excited, truly, really.
I am too. I think this is gonna help me sharpen the skills that I already have. I'm actually, man, I have a really deep connection with people, and I get it very quickly. Like, people will meet me, and within 10 minutes, they just tell me their darkest, deepest things that I did not want to know, nor did I ask for. So I realized my influence with people. Well, when I was younger, people would come up to me years later after I met them and hung out with them, and they were like, "Oh, Imani, you got me on this and you got me on that," and I would be like, "That's not okay. Like, I did not mean to do that. I'm sorry." And they'll be like, "No, I've been having the time of my life." And it is like, now that I've grown a lot, I feel so bad about it. I have to forgive myself for that, because it was so, like, some of the things that I got people on was totally by accident. But like, that's what happens when your power goes unchecked and you don't really realize it. So I'm excited to understand and like really get in tune with, the skills that I already have, and use them for the better.
Like, it's just adding it, like literally everything in personal development as you like intentionally grow yourself, right? Meaning I think the easiest way that I put it for people is you were in a continuous state of reflection, reanalyzation, resetting yourself, and restarting. And that process is very cyclical. So every time, like, there's a point where you're like, okay, I can get better. There's ways I can learn how to get better. From that moment on, you decided, like, I'm going to continually take steps to become that person that I want to be so that I can get the life that I want. The moment you start taking steps to that, I usually take about every 90 days, and then I break it up to every month and every week. But you're literally just taking inventory of the skills that you have, how you've applied them, what has happened, what hasn't happened, how to improve. And then you adjust and you go at it again. So whenever you're reading these books and you're going to these events and you're taking notes and you're buying courses and you're pouring and investing in yourself, what you're doing is you're adding inventory, you're adding tools to your toolbox, so that while you go out there in the marketplace, while you're creating intentional relationships, while you're helping the environment and establishing partnerships with other businesses and other individuals who will help push your vision, who will help push their vision forward, you become that more, one, valuable, two, you improve because you have skills that you've gained or information that you had that you didn't have previously, and then you're applying it. So you're getting results, aka feedback, for you to either adjust or do it more. Period. So that's why I say all the time, like, the work that you do to become the person that you are working for works more on yourself than it works on the work. It's intentional. Everything that you learn from the, like, let's say digital marketing, for example, right? You can grow an online business, but you doing the work, meaning staying disciplined, consistent, understanding the vision and your why while you're doing it, and then actually being intentional to not break your routine like you're doing currently, right? Throughout the process of you progressing, all that stuff works on your character more than it works on the work itself. And as you improve in your character, you will vibrate at a higher frequency, and you literally attract situations, people, and things that push you along the vision that God gave you. And it's such an amazing thing, bro. It really is. So, like, I'm excited for you as well, is why I'm saying that, because you're literally just adding to your toolbox. And as you're reflecting and analyzing and taking inventory and then readjusting, resetting, and restarting on a cyclical bound, you'll just notice through looking back and connecting the dots how everything was literally purposeful, the good and the bad. And I put that in quotations because nothing's good or bad. We add meaning to it. It just is. So
Yeah.
in that process, like, you can literally change your mind. And once you start to change your mind, everything around you changes too. So I'm excited for you, girl. And like, I know sometimes it gets really overwhelming because you're like, holy crap, there's so much to learn. But the moment that you recognize that as long as you just continuously stay in student mode, there's always going to be something to learn. I think one of the craziest things that I've learned is that the more you learn, the more you realize what you don't know.
Yeah.
And you're like, shit, I still gotta learn all this crap. What are we talking about? So it's honestly crazy. And I'm high key grateful, man. I really, like, I can't even imagine what we're gonna be able to do. Like, I can imagine it, but like biblically, it talks about like it's gonna be way more than the mind can see, or the eyes can imagine, or the eyes can see, or the mind can imagine currently. So it's gonna be something serious. I can't wait. I really look forward to this next season we're all stepping in, because it's about to be fire.
Yeah.
Well, girl, hey, please be careful. Again,
I will.
text us whenever you arrive to your destination. And I'm excited to hear how your journey was impacted by your stay in Cali.
Oh, it's already been impacted. Like,
I know,
in New
girl,
Mexico.
the fact
Oh
that
my
you met
gosh.
other women traveling on the campsite, it was dope.
Yeah, it was meant for me. It was meant for me to go by myself and meet these women so I could break this fear that I can't do that. And that's what I love to do. So knowing that there's other women out there and they're great people out there who will make you feel safe, best believe you're going to be seeing me at all the national parks.
Hey, I can't wait to see the pictures, the reels. Take content.
I know.
Everything's content.
Everything's content. I got hella content. It's going to be fun.
Yeah. Hey,
it's fun.
Girl, much love to you. Here
Absolutely.
Hey, you know the vibe. We'll see you at the
Yes. Have a great day at work, Marcus.
Thank you. You have a great day as well. I was going to say at work, but you know,
not. All right. I'll talk to you later.
All right, girls.
Bye, everybody.
I was way too proud of y'all. Peace.